Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at the GI Joe Classified Outback. Now, this is the original release, mainline release. This is the remake of the O-ring that we had. Now, yes, I know Tiger Force technically was too, but not what we had here in the United States of America, but overseas. But I'm not putting down that one because I've mentioned before, one of my favorite head sculpts of all time. Better than what we've seen so far with the new figures in this line. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this figure. Going to pop him open. We're going to compare him to my gently used original childhood Outback. And when I say gently used, I mean he was always one of my favorites. So let's take a look at this. Again, this is the end of, or should I say, the beginning of the plastic-free packages, which is really becoming a problem because of QC. Figure swapping is just that much easier, but even before then, even with the windows, people at Walmart, Target, they don't care, but now it's just that much easier. So the artwork, I really don't mind. Again, I wish they just had one artist, but it's not horrible, but it also isn't super detailed, at least from the naked eye of what I am. And here he is on the side here. He is number 63. Here's the awful file card that I don't read, I don't care about. I don't go to that site, so maybe there are some other channels. I know there are other channels. They don't break it down. Or you can go to the site and maybe figure out exactly what it is. Just give us a real file card. It's not that hard. Hell, just take the old file cards from the 80s and throw it on here. That's all we really want. And here on the back, we're going to see the actual figure. So this is what is supposed to be in this box. Now, if you saw my other video, I'm shaking it, there's no rattling. And I know it's not Rattler. Rattler's over there. He's mode 2 anyway. So, will I have a broken arm in this one? God only knows, because I can't see now, can I? So, got off on a tangent. So anyway, I did mention before, the one thing that I really do like about this is that they give you the height of the figure, and not the height of what the figure is supposed to be, but what the character is supposed to be, but the height of the actual figure. That is a 6-inch figure. This is 6 inches 33, 6.33 inches. I sound like an idiot. 161 millimeters, but hey, we live in the United States, and we go by standard, not metric. Anyway, let's take a look at this. But before we get there, take a second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a GI Joe Classified video. And if you've been watching, you just saw 2 of the past 2 days, and we still got 2 more to get to. So anyway, let's take a look at this, and now look at this, because one is ugly. One might be ugly. We don't know. We can't see it. All right, so we'll just open this up because it is really that easy. There's 2 little slits on the side here, but you know what, you figure swappers, you already know exactly where the tape goes and how to get it off. Now, as much as I hate how these things are packaged without having a window, and I'm not the most anti-window person, but it is stupid. I do like the fact that all you have here are 4 little straps that we just snip right off, and then our figure comes out. Now, they try and do a nice job putting the GI Joe symbol behind it, and here's our figure. Now, I will put a link to the other video that I did with the Tiger Force one, so if you want to watch that, you can. Clearly, you can see the yellowed peed shirt behind him. So here is the weapons storage locker. Again, as I mentioned every single time, wonderful idea, poorly executed. It is huge. It looks like it is made for a 12-inch figure. So we're going to open this up, and we already know everything that he comes with, but I'm going to point this out, and this is something that is very bothersome. It was said to us that these would come with cardboard around them so they don't warp. because, oh, look at that. Another wonderful warped weapon. And this one looks absolutely awful. Again, easy to fix. Hot water, not boiling water, hot water, straighten it out, run it over cold, it will form. Again, we shouldn't have to do this. This is ridiculous. This is unacceptable. This is your Hasbro quality control, or shall I say, lack there of quality control. I don't know why they just, they're trying to be so damn cheap with things. So, we'll take a look at the weapon, and I really don't mind it. I know a lot of people hate it because it has a scope and it has the multiple sights. I don't know. Listen, I don't care that much. I like that it looks somewhat realistic. It's not a Nerf gun. That's all I really care about. Just like going back to the old Joe. So, if it wasn't warped, I think it looked nice. Here's the paint hat for the strap, so you can, harness it and you can throw it over his shoulder. Here we have his nice little shovel, and it looks like maybe a little bent, but I can't really tell too much. But that's something that might get bent while you're trying to shovel. Here we have the light. Again, no paint apps on it. I still think a lot of the stuff looked way better on the Tiger Force. Here we have his pistol. Is his pistol straight? So his pistol is straight. I really like the way this looks. It looks like he's got a flashlight on it. It's got a port for a blast effect. It has the tape around it, and just a little bit of a paint app, and it just kind of pops, especially when it's sitting in the holster. It just gives you an extra color on the figure. Then we have his knife. Again, it's black. It's a little bent, but I can get over that. Things like that might happen. It does have the silver paint, so it's just not an all black weapon. It looks nice. We have his backpack, which does look like the original. Might as well pull this over and take a quick look at it. Again, I went over this before. So the backpack is really supposed to be reminiscent of the original one. Now, someone did talk about what this is. Something with some sort of poles or something. I'm not sure, but clearly they reimagined this backpack pretty nicely. It's got all the pouches. It's got the straps holding it down. It's really big, so it's going to hold a lot because he is a survivalist. And then his gun. He's got to be careful because even though his crotch is broken, his thumbs are not. So this used to have a strap. It does not anymore, as you can see. And these weapons are supposed to be very similar. Now, I know a lot of people say this is an M4 of some sorts. I'm not sure. But what you have here is two weapons that look very similar. And then you have the magazine. The magazine, I call it properly, the magazine. It's just really thin, and if it's anything like the other one, it does not stay in all that well. Matter of fact, it goes in this way. So the thicker part at the bottom is the way that it sticks in there. So there you go. Again, I don't really mind the weapon. I definitely mind that he doesn't know where he's shooting because he's going to be all over the place and he's going to be shooting just like Cobra does. All right, so let's take a look at the figure. We've already seen it online. Is this one going to have problems? Is he not? Who knows? So we'll quickly compare the two of them. So he does have camouflage pants, and again, the camouflage is dulled out, but not as dull as our Falcon over here. They gave him a black style boot, same as over here. People ask, why would you have a knife here? Well, the knife was originally on the boot. So they just followed exactly what was here before. Obviously, I do not have his flashlight, but the flashlight goes there. He used to have a harness that goes over. That's one of those things that everyone loses, and it is a brown color. Obviously, I do not have it. They did give him the holster over here, which he did not have on the original O-ring, and then they give him the survival. Now the survival here is kind of curved, has a little bit of concave across his chest, where if I look at this one, I don't even know if it's straight, to be honest. It looks like it curves over here down the aisle, but it's it looks like it's made, so Derpy Falcon is reading it. I don't think you're going to notice all that much, to be honest, until someone's pointing it out. But again, it just goes to another quality control issue that Hasbro has. And then if you look at the belts, you know, they have very similar belts, but they give them paint apps. So it looks like it's clasped together. This is supposed to be running, obviously, to hold it up. So it's just not a plain belt that goes around. And he has the belt loops too on his. He has the green headband. And he's got his classic red hair. But this is a much darker red hair. His gloves were more gray. These ones were clearly black, but it is nice that they gave him the black. If I remember correctly, did he have... Yeah, so he kind of has like a... Does he have a wristband? No. One of them had a wristband. I actually forgot to mention the watch over there on Falcon was also on the original one. So, there he is. That's how he is compared to the O-ring, and it's even tied in the back like that. So now let's take a look at the actual figure and see, is he even close to being what the Tiger Force one is? And Tiger Force came in like second, my second favorite figure of the year. So quickly we can do, he's kind of stiff here. So you get his T-pose. He has pinless joints, double elbow. No real issue bending it. Now here on his knees, all right, double pinless joints, he can almost kick his butt, where Falcon there had a hard time, and same with CoverGirl, even coming close to that. All right. Same here, which I do think this figure feels a little bit better here. They have the, you got to move this here. Move these down, you get the Jean-Claude Van Damme. Here we have the thigh swivel, the boot cut. I like the way this figure moves better than the Falcon, to be honest. The ab crunch, and again, with this overlay like this, you're able to actually utilize the ab crunch where you couldn't on a lot of the older first and second series figures that they're giving us in the classified line. So now let's take a look at him. His arm hasn't fallen off. That's always a plus. You gotta hate when your arms fall off, when things break, different things like that. And it's not just from Hasbro. Let's get that straight. So quickly, we'll take a look at the paint here. Boots all look really good, but it is all just one color. It would have been nice if they put some sort of like black laces, but no big deal. This is going to hang down. That's the only thing that I really don't like, is how it hangs down. He's clearly wearing some sort of knee pads, so it is shiny compared to the way the pants are supposed to look with the camouflage. Here we have the harness on his thigh, and then the thigh holster for the flashlight. Has a small little paint app here, which is really supposed to, I believe, mimic the H for Hasbro of what it looked like before, but it's just two clasps that go together. It's got little pouches. Again, he's a survivalist, so he's going to have a whole bunch of different things. And this is just to hold the backpack on, so it's just not magically hanging on there like bazookas. And then a small paint app right up here. So a lot of complaints that I have seen have been about the elbows being whiter than the rest of the arm. And as I'm looking here, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm just that blind. Now, if you look here, you can clearly see the red. That's supposed to be the hair on his arm. I just don't feel like it was executed nearly as well. But I don't think that the elbows are really a different color I guess I kind of, again, this is really weird, and maybe this is me getting older, but when I'm looking at it, I don't really see it. When I look at it through the lens, I definitely see the different color of the elbow. But when I'm looking at it normally, I don't see it. So maybe I'm just getting old. And it's the same with this one. So here, looking through it, and on video, it's going to come off that the elbow looks completely different. But when I'm looking at it, it seems to match from here to here. Now, this is different because, again, it's red for the hair, but really odd. Man, my eyes must be going bad. Since I took my glasses off so I can see. So the paint here is kind of chintzy. It obviously bled over. I like the way that it looks, but it's like he dyed his shirt while he was wearing his it, and you can see some paint apps bleeding over there. So not too noticeable, but again, we're paying 25 bucks a figure. We deserve better. That's all that I can say. The survival, again, it looks like it might be off a little bit, and considering they don't have the belly dancer waist, you know he's standing straight up. So now let's look at the head and see how the head actually looks. And as I'm looking at it, I don't see any issues. A lot of people have complained about the eyes. I don't see any issues. He's got blue eyes. They seem to be looking straight. Maybe like a little up, but they're both looking in the same direction. The beard looks really nice. It has some darkness through it, so it's supposed to be shaded a little bit. His hair is obviously has the brown or black through it, whether it's supposed to be that he has, you know, sandy red hair, or if just he's dirty. It's hard to say. Around his Cobra Kai headband here, I don't see any paint that kind of bled. So for the most part, I think the head looks really good. So looking at it, I don't have a big issue with that. I know a lot of other people have. And the camouflage here, just, it works. Obviously there was a lighter gray, or a lighter green and a different gray on the O-ring, so it stands out a little more. But so other than that, I think he looks like a pretty decent figure. You know, looking at the elbow again, it's like, I don't know why, looking through the camera, it definitely looks different than looking at it. And maybe I'm just absolutely losing it. But when I look over the camera here, I don't see it. When I look at it on film, I'm like, yep, there it is. So, pretty strange. We can load him up right now. Throw his pistol in his holster. Again, I like the way that it looks because the tape around the handle there looks really nice. I know I'm saying that wrong. I can't think for the life of me what it's called. Someone will correct me. Someone will yell at me. Someone will say I need to learn my weapons. I don't know. It's all understandable, but I am really focusing on the toy. So here, I might have to heat this up just to get this down. I think I had to do this maybe with the first one. Again, you start to review so many different figures. You start to forget what you did with certain ones. That fits right in there and just looks really good. It harkens back to what we had before. Clearly, I think the boot knife needs to come out maybe just a little bit. Just slide that right in there. That's what she said. And there you go. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna throw a little shovel on it. So let's see that fits. And then we're gonna peg that right through there. Now look, that should fit nice and easy. Didn't have any issues. Falcons continues to fall out because that peg does not seem long enough. Not going to do it. I'll let you guys all at home do the wonderful, wonderful Michael Scott. And there you go. So now we're going to take my crooked weapon. I'm not going to put it in his hand because I'm going to go heat it up and fix it. So that's it. There is our Outback, the one that we've waited for. I do think he looks really good, but in all honesty, I really do think the Tiger Force one just stands out. I do think that it is a better looking figure, maybe because it's just different. Although I really do like this one. I like the way he looks. He stands pretty decently. I know I say that and he falls over, but he's got a huge damn backpack. If you take the backpack off, it should stand perfectly fine. So now you just have to figure out the same way you did with the O-rings, how you're going to stand them with the big pack. So anyway, let's wrap this up. How many times can you hear me say that as you look at the figure? And I really do like the face sculpt. The more I'm looking at it, but I don't have any issues. Eyebrows look good. Eyes look good. Paint, for the most part, looks really good. All right. Let's wrap it up. All right, so there you have it. That is the Outback. I know everyone keeps saying Stuart Outback. What? Selkirk. I think people have said it so much. To me, he's just Outback. But they probably don't have the rights to just use Outback or whatever. They probably didn't go in and make sure they trademarked the name again or kept it. I don't know what it is. Again, Hasbro, you have the money. Stop losing the rights to your stuff. So anyway, I do like the figure. If you're an OG fan, I think you're probably gonna like him. Again, the survival, it's minor. You really have to be nitpicking when looking at it, and I know a lot of people are nitpicking. The elbows and stuff, that doesn't really bother me. Again, it shows up more through the camera, and I don't know why that is, but you know, the red is definitely supposed to be the color of the hair on his arms, considering the other Outback has the same thing. So again, I think this is a figure a lot of people are gonna like. He still has seriously one of the best face sculpts. I just think the gray with the Tiger Force Outback just looks so much better. And again, it's just the aesthetic. It looks really good. To me, they kind of really went with the red hair, and you're going to be very pale and get very burnt. At least that's how it's supposed to look. And believe me, my stepdaughter, she is pale, she is red, and she walks from the house to the car, and she is burnt. And it was always a joke between my father-in-law and myself about her. So anyway, that's it. Outback. I don't know what else I can say. I've shown the figure. I'm not disappointed in this figure. I'm not like, wow, I gotta have him because I already have the Outback. So, not already have the Outback. I already have the Tiger Force one. So, I already feel like I have this figure in some ways. And I'm just going over another one. And I just reviewed the Outback because he just finally came to us shortly before Christmas. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna wrap this up. I've already gone really long in the main section of the video. You guys know that. You guys are probably like, oh, you just shut up. Or you're watching to find out what went wrong on this video, since the last two videos kind of were clusters. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. But you do know where to find me. Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, A Punk with Toys. The Facebook group is Punks with Toys. Again, all that stuff is in the description of this video and all my other videos. Before I leave, I gotta mention one more time, if you like the content, hit the like button. Always hit the like button of all the content creators that you like, because it tells YouTube, hey, like this. Hit the subscribe button, closing in on 2,000. Hell, maybe by the time someone sees this, we will be back past 2,000, and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop a GI Joe Classified video. I almost said a Masters of the Universe video because I did a couple of those this week. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, but don't leave. Don't leave. Watch all the other classified videos that I did, and then watch this video. It'll probably be the one-armed cover girl.